Oh, okay. Oh, hi guys. It's a little chilly outside. We had spring in Sweden a week ago, and today it's back to winter again. Let me ask you a question. Do you think you could have a Pepsi GMT watch with a ceramic bezel, automatic movement, and sapphire glass for under $100? Well, the answer is yes. The Parnis GMT is here, and we're gonna take a look at it. And in advance, I'm gonna ask you to. I've got a new tattoo, but it isn't finished, so it's not that nice looking, and it's flaking because it's in the healing process. But it's gonna be added to, so it's not gonna look like this in a week or so. But I just wanted to give you a heads up because you're gonna see it in this video, and I hope it's not grossing you out too much. I was thinking about doing a comparison of the Parnis against the Rolex GMT Pepsi, but I'm not gonna do that because they're two totally different watches. Sure, the Parnis is considered to be an homage, but actually it's not more of a homage than any other watch, and I'm gonna just judge it on its own merits. So let's swing the cameras around and take a look at the Parnis GMT. And here it is, the box. And here we have the tattoos. The spaceship is not finished, and the anchor, it's finished. So I'm sorry if they bother you during this review, but hey, what am I gonna do? We didn't have time to finish everything since I did a bunch of other stuff. So it is what it is, and I'm shipping this guy away tomorrow, so I really have to do this now. Here we have the box, nothing special. We open up the box. We have this soft foam, the Parnis instruction manual and international warranty. I had to take one link off. There's the tag, Parnis tag, and here we have the watch. Let's take this away. And here you see it. This is the Parnis GMT. Looking like this. You see it's quite a bright blue and a bright red, catching your eyes. Mercedes hands. You can clearly see the homage aspiration here. But you can also see that it's not a total rip-off. Parnis logo on the crown. Maybe we should get some dimensions out of the way. Case diameter, 40 millimeters. Thickness, 13.6 millimeters. We have a lug to lug of 47.5 millimeters. 20 millimeters lug width. And it tapers down to around 15 and then right back up to 18.5 at the clasp. We have the Parnis brand at the clasp, engraved. And this is a push pin clasp, 3-fold. It's a milled clasp. It's not a cheap stamped clasp. It's actually quite assuring. And we have screwed links on the bracelet. A brushed bracelet all the way, polished on the sides, and the case is also brushed on the front and polished on the sides. We have a 120 clicks bidirectional bezel, and it sounds like this. It's not the best bezel in the world, but it's not the most expensive watch in the world either. We have a Cyclops at 3 o'clock, and it's actually quite okay. I mean, if you compare it to a Steinhardt Cyclops, I actually think that the Parnis does a better job. I really don't know why Steinhardt can't seem to get the hang of the Cyclops, but maybe they have no AR coating underneath there. But I'm really doubtful that the Parnis has AR coating underneath the Cyclops as well. I don't know, but anyway, the Parnis is actually more legible, and the Steinhardt really loses in that aspect at the Cyclops. But we're not here to talk about the Steinhardt, we're here to talk about the Parnis. You know, we have a ceramic bezel insert, sapphire glass, and we have a Chinese movement, automatic movement inside. I think the power reserve is around 40 hours. You screw out the crown, take it all out, just move these around so you can see the printing on the dial. GMT automatic, nothing fancy, nothing special, nothing. It's actually quite a clean dial. Parnis GMT automatic. And the thing with this watch, anyway, no, I'm not going to talk about that right now. I'm just going to say it's a cool watch. It's actually a really affordable and great looking watch. The one gripe that I have, and I'm going to show it to you right now, I'm going to put it down there. I'm going to take my own watch off. Maybe you wanted to see this. This is not a comparison, but still. Here we have the Rolex, and here we have the Parnis. Let's just wipe it down. Parnis and Rolex, you see, just look at the Cyclops at the Rolex. It's clearly superior, but you can see the influence, what Parnis is trying to do here. There's no trying to escape from that. The Mercedes hands, the red GMT hand with the white arrow tip, the bezel. Yeah, it's really a homage, but still I don't feel that it's a blatant obvious. It's obvious, but it's not in your face, making you sick homage. Actually, I mean, it's better than a replica. It's quite obvious that it's not pretending to be a Rolex. You have the Parnis logo quite visible right there, smack in the middle of the dial. The Parnis logo on the crown. It's not. It's a homage. It's simply a homage watch. I don't know if you like homages or if you don't like homages, but this is it, a homage. So I'm putting away the Rolex. This is the one really big gripe that I have with this watch, and that really I really don't know how they could do this design miss or flaw, call it whatever you want. By the way, we're going to talk about the case back. It's a sterile case back, just like the Rolex, and you can remove the link quite easily. I really like the bracelet. It's feels assuring. It feels, it's not rattly in any way. It feels like a quite a good quality bracelet, and screwed links. It's a good bracelet. Just for one thing, you see, and this is it. I really don't understand how you can do something like this and get away with it. And I don't know if you see it right away, but I'm going to show you. Let's pick up the Steinhardt. Here we have a regular three-fold bracelet. You open it up, you take it out, and you see this, I don't know what this is called. It's like a scissor part. It goes all the way up, and you slide your hand in, and there's not a problem in the world. This, for some reason, stops right there. It does not go all the way up. Let me show you. Here we have that one, and here we have the Steinhardt. You see, all the way up in this angle, it stops right there, which actually makes this watch, even though it's sized for my wrist, I just can't get it on this way. It's not possible to put the watch on your hand this way, even though it's sized for your wrist, just because of this bullshit right here. I really don't know how they didn't see this, and I actually don't know how they haven't fixed it yet, because this is a one of their newer models. I mean, it's a recent purchase, so they haven't fixed it yet. But you know, I as always, you find solutions on the web, and some guy, he found, I would have found out this for myself in a while, but if you put the watch on this way, you actually can do it, no problem. You just have to put it on that way and then turn it around and secure the clasp. There we have it. 40 millimeters. I have a 20 centimeter wrist. And you know, one more thing is that it feels good on the arm. It doesn't feel bad. It wears good. It looks good. It feels good. But there's just something about the clasp that I really don't like. Let's begin with the printing. It's a little too much, a little too on the nose. Maybe if they had it written this way instead of that way, it would have looked better. I don't know. I don't know if I like the font. I like the push pins. It feels secure. It feels great when it's on, and no problems there. But you know, I really don't like this end part right here either. I'm just gonna show it to you a second or something like that, and then take it off to show you what I mean with this. And to take it off, I can't take it off that way. I have to spin it around and take it off. Come on. Yeah, there we have it. And just brush it off a little again. There we go. You see, when you fold it up, it's you have this little part right here protruding, and I don't think it looks good. I don't understand why they would do such a thing. Let's take the Steinhardt back in again as well. You see, there's nothing protruding here. You have the link folding in flush, but somehow they made this part that long with the link inside of it. And if you see, I'm really botching the English here because I don't know the specific terms of this stuff, but you see on the end of the arm right there, it's like half a link, which it isn't, which there's no half link here. It's just the end of the clasp. But on this end of this clasp, there's a half of a link, which makes it protrude a tiny bit. And in my eyes, that actually looks quite ugly. But now, let's talk about the elephant in the room. it's $100 watch. Even less if you buy it from AliExpress or Amazon. You know, they say that if you buy a Parnis from the Parnis official website, that's their first class watches, the better watches. And if you buy a Parnis from Alibaba, AliExpress or Amazon, it's the second batch, the ones that didn't go through the same quality control, so they're a little cheaper on AliExpress and Alibaba.com and Amazon, and a little more expensive if you buy them straight from Parnis, because they have gone through the harder quality control, is what they say. But for $100, this actually cost around $130, $140, because it's bought from Parnis. You get a ceramic bezel, sapphire glass, automatic watch, stainless steel brushed bracelet with screwed links, threefold clasp with, it's not pressed metal, and all of this for around $100. And here we come to the big thing. I mean, this right here is if you get it at a retail price, it's a $10,000 watch approximately. This right here is a $100 watch approximately. And if you think that this watch, even though I own it and even though I love it, is worth 100 times more than this watch, I'm gonna tell you that it's not. Because even though this could be the worst quality in every component, even though if they used the worst ceramic bezel quality they can find, the worst Chinese movement in there, the worst sapphire that they can find, it's still 100 times cheaper than a Rolex. You can buy 100 of these for one Rolex. I mean, try to get your head around that. I love the Rolex. It's my favorite watch in my collection, and I don't take anything away from it. It's worth its money. It's worth every penny I spent on it. But still, and even though I bought this at the bubble, I didn't buy it for $10,000. I bought it for way more. But even still, when I hold the Parnis in my hand, I sometimes think that I'm an idiot for buying the Rolex. But you know, watches are clearly a luxury item. It's not about for us collectors and watch lovers, it's not all about the most bang you can get for the buck. It's about the feeling. It's about the wanting something that you just want to have, that you just love. And it doesn't matter if it's sane or insane. It doesn't matter if it's cheap or if it's worth its money or if it isn't. You just want to have it. That's the way I pursued my wife. I just wanted to have her. It didn't make sense. She was far more beautiful than I am, but I didn't care. I just wanted to have her. And I just wanted to have the Rolex. Didn't matter what it cost. But when I think about it rationally, there is no way the Rolex is 100 times the better watch than this Parnis. And even if it is, it's not a sane economical decision to buy one of these instead of 100 of these, because it shows you the time, it shows you the date, it shows you the time in another time zone of your choosing. It doesn't do it with the same accuracy, but this doesn't do it 100 times better. Maybe this watch will last me a lifetime. Maybe this watch will only last me a year. But still, if I could buy one of these and break it every year, I'd still be buying 100 years of watches for the same price as this one. And let's not talk about the cost for not repairing. The word I'm looking for is You know what I mean. I'm gonna put it in text. I can't find a word. Maintenance, or yeah, whatever. So the Parnis GMT, a really, really inexpensive, cheap watch, looks good on the wrist, gives you a lot of stuff for $100, and it's simply you can't go wrong. I mean, even if you just wear it a couple of months while saving up for your really your grail watch, I'm thinking you're still gonna get a whole lot of good time. Yeah, it's a great watch. So that's all for today. If you liked the video, please consider giving it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, feel free to give it a thumbs down, and please write me a comment about what you didn't like so I can improve and make better videos. If you want to, please subscribe. I'm going to be putting out a lot more videos in the coming weeks. Next week it's Easter in Sweden, and I've taken a week off to spend it with my children, so I'm going to pump out a bunch of videos. And stay safe out there. It's a crazy world we live in right now, and I really hope we get through this in the best way possible. Goodbye, my friends.